welcome back to another episode of Fit Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing like a workout today, just to warn you, but I might do like a full day of food prep and full day of eating, because I worked out yesterday and the day before, so I've been kind of working out like almost every day, so I don't know if maybe I should just kind of give myself a break today. I have to catch up on some work stuff, like my in-laws, I guess, are coming over, so my husband's parents are coming over for dinner tonight. Low carb vegetarian for myself and sort of not as low carb for them. I mean, they're gonna be eating the same food, but I'll buy them something additionally so that they can eat, because I don't expect everyone obviously around me to eat the same way that I do. Today I actually wanted to make some jam that contains only a very tiny amount of sugar, real sugar, and the rest is with sweetener. So I like to make that myself because I can't really find a good low carb jam at the store here. It's actually super easy to make. So I'm gonna make jam today. I think I will just buy frozen fruit because there's not really any fruit in season here, like berries. I mean, berries, usually I make jam in the summer, and I think I made some, but I already ate it. So I'm gonna go buy some frozen strawberries or something. I mean, it's totally fine. You can make jam with frozen fruit as well. I will be showing you a little bit of what I'm gonna be cooking for tonight, so maybe that's gonna be fun for you guys. So I'm just making a smoothie here. So I've got some raspberries on the bottom. I have one orange in here. Now, oranges are not low carb. I'm just using up the rest of the stuff that I have. Once the oranges are gone, I won't be buying any more oranges because they're very high in carbs. And then I have raspberry. I have yogurt, plain yogurt. It's like coconut shavings in there and some water. I'm just making a couple of eggs in here, sunny side up eggs. So I'm gonna have this smoothie now, and then I'm gonna have my eggs, and that's gonna be breakfast. And then I'm gonna go grocery shopping. It's about 1 p.m. so I'm gonna have some veggies and dip. This is a dip that I made last night that was like leftover. The main thing is sour cream. So sour cream and smoked salmon. Like I said, I eat fish very rarely, so this is like one of those occasions where I'm eating some fish. And then there's also an onion in here, and dill, and coriander, and I think a little bit of lemon juice, wasabi for a little bit of a kick, and this is going to be my lunch because this is actually really filling. This is so good. I love doing just veggies with dip. You can do so many kinds of dips on low carb too. Just dip. This is a really funny celery stick. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish off my lunch with just a handful of these. These are just plain unsalted, unroasted pumpkin seeds. These are actually super high in iron. I think it's one of the highest plant-based iron sources. If you have an iron deficiency, this is also great to eat on your period when you're losing blood. This has like 0 net carbs. Carbs here, it says 1.5 grams per 100 gram, but then it has 12 grams of fiber. You always subtract the fiber from the carbs, and that's your net grams, because your body doesn't ingest fiber, it just passes through your system. So I've just chopped up some of the soupy vegetables. So there's like a little chunk of white cabbage in here. There's a celeriac root. So I'm gonna have to look that up, honestly, because I'm not really sure how high in carbs that is. That's actually a good thing for myself to remember for next time. I should look that up. But anyway, then there's a little bit of carrots here, and then I have some leek, and then I have some onions here, which I'm just going to fry up this whole thing with a little bit of oil. So all I'm doing here is I heated up a pot with some olive oil, and then I'm going to fry up all the vegetables on high heat. Then I added a pinch of tomato paste, about, I don't know, 2 tablespoons or something like that. Then I added a large can of peeled tomatoes. cook with some water, and I also added some freshly chopped tomatoes and 2 bay leaves. So here's the tomato soup. I've just put it through the blender. And now this is not seasoned at all. So now you can season it with whatever you like, you know, salt, pepper. You can put some hot sauce. I like to put sometimes a little bit of lemon juice in here. If it's a little bit too acidic for you, you can use a little bit of sweetener. So I got a super nice bottle of wine for tonight as a special treat. Yeah, this is definitely better than like beer, and any kind of like sugary cocktails obviously are terrible because it's basically just like liquid sugar. Amarone della Valpolicella 2010. Oh my god, I can't wait to have this. I don't really drink a lot of wine anymore. I used to, like, really, when I was, you know, when I gained a ton of weight, I used to drink like a lot of, well, not a lot, I wasn't like a drunkard, but you know, I used to drink like, you know, wine every single day. You know, it's kind of like when you're 2 people and you like wine, you open a bottle, suddenly it's empty. I definitely stopped doing that. I drink wine maybe like once a week, or when we have guests and stuff. I mean, if we have guests, we always have wine. Yeah, like once a week. You know, now that I'm doing this kind of low carb, I think, you know, unless I'm having guests over, I won't be drinking wine, even just for myself. But, you know, since we're having guests, I'm gonna make an exception. But I couldn't resist a nice bottle. And now what we do is we don't buy the like less expensive wine anymore. We just kind of buy like nicer bottles of wine, and we just treat ourselves. Quality over quantity definitely applies to wine. So I just drink it much less, and then when I do, I like to buy like a good bottle of wine, not just like, you know, the cheap stuff. All right, guys, so I have my frozen strawberries here, and I have some frozen raspberries as well. And what I'm gonna do is, I have an electric or digital scale, whatchamacallit. I'm gonna just put those in here. So I have my strawberries. Then I have some frozen raspberry here. I'm just gonna do a kilogram now. I'm gonna use 100 grams of real sugar. I just feel like if I do it all with fake sugar, it just tastes really strange. Like, it tastes very synthetic. So now the rest is going to be the stevia. All right, so I'm gonna dump the fruit, the sugar mixture. I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting, so I'm going to add the scraped out center of a vanilla pod. You slice it up in the middle, and then you scrape out the vanilla bean inside. Oh my god, can you see all the vanilla pods on here? And then once it's actually scraped out, I like to add the actual, like, the vanilla, like the peel of it, add that too. You can cook it, because there's actually a ton of flavor in the pod part. And then at the end, you just remove it. Okay, so I juiced 2 fresh lemons, and I'm gonna add that in here. Then you wanna get this to start cooking. So I have the heat on, it's not like super high, but this is basically gonna turn to mush. And then I'm gonna add this. Now I have honestly no idea what this is. I think it's pectin. Since I'm not using like real sugar, I need more than 1 package, because it says that 1 package should be enough for 1 kilogram of fruit, like it says here. Since I don't have the real sugar, which thickens naturally, I usually end up using like 2, if not even more of these. Add this. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2. Stir it in, and this is going to help it to set. As it starts cooking, you'll see this little bit of like foam. So as those rise to the surface, you want to scoop them up and then take them sort of out. But now what I want to do is I want to test the thickness of it. I mean, it looks really runny here, but when it cools, it thickens. So what you want to do is just get a little bit onto a plate, and then just set it aside to cool for a moment. Meanwhile, I can scoop out a little bit more of this foamy stuff. This doesn't make the jam taste bad or something. It's really, I think it's just like a visual thing. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. So then you can, I don't know if it, I don't think it hasn't really cooled completely, but you can kind of see the thickness of it. So this is like the perfect texture for me. As you can see, I've kind of got like whole chunks of strawberries in here. So I'm going to just use my handheld blender and puree that a bit. But first I have to take out the vanilla pods. And I don't want them completely all smoothed out, maybe just like half of them or something, so. so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to heat it up one more time. And meanwhile, you wanna have your glasses, you wanna prepare your jam jars. It's recommended that you sterilize them in a pot of hot water, but I've never done that, and my jam has never gone bad on me. So what I do is I just put them through the dishwasher like just before. So you wanna put it basically into the jars when it's super hot, so that's why I'm just heating up again. And then you just fill it in here. Kind of work quickly if you can. I mean, don't burn yourself, don't go so crazy because this jam is piping hot now. And then you want to fill it like almost to the top. If you have any messes on the side, you can just grab a cloth and just wipe it off so that the edge is clean. And then you really want to fast put the lid on, like really quickly, as tight as you can. And then turn it on its head like this, because the heat of the jam will seal the lid. So that's why you want to do one at a time. You don't want to like fill them all up and then start closing the lids, because it probably won't be hot enough anymore. Okay, and then quickly grab a lid. Okay, so while the jam is cooling, you want to just leave it on the lid upside down, because when the jam starts to cool, it like the lid sucks in and it will vacuum, cause a vacuum pressure to form. Best to just leave it overnight and then you can have it the next day. Okay, so we have 2 trays here of vegetables. This is for dinner. So there are some zucchinis on here, yeah, bell peppers and onion, and then these are some fresh herbs from the garden. So the Mediterranean herbs, they actually go through the winter like just fine, so it's perfect. And then there's just some olive oil on here and salt and pepper, and then we're gonna roast that. There's some meat and stuff for the barbecue for the others, and yep, just waiting now for them to arrive. So it is the end of the night. My family just left. They went home. It's like 11:30 and it's like a weekday, so like everyone has to work tomorrow. I found out leeks are actually super high carb, which I honestly didn't know. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print out a like little cheat sheet and put it on my fridge of which vegetables are high and low carb, because like I didn't know that leeks are high carb. So I think I'll do that so that I get more familiar with which vegetables. I mean, I know like the basics, but sometimes there will be like little hidden vegetables that you think will be low carb, but they actually aren't. So I will put that on I think I'll do a little cheat sheet for that. And obviously today was not like a normal day. This is not what I eat normally. I mean, we had company over, so usually when I have company over, we'll eat, you know, different kinds of food than just like a normal midweek day. So maybe I will do another Fit Friday, obviously, when it's more just like, you know, just normal. It's kind of cool to show you guys what I eat on a sort of cheat day. I mean, I didn't have any sweets and I didn't have anything that was like super crazy high carb, because you know, the vegetables were low carb, and like the cheese, I ate it with my special protein bread, so I think it was like okay, but I did have quite a bit of wine. So tomorrow will definitely be a workout day. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Fit Friday, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, and if you missed any other Fit Fridays and you want to see more, then check out the playlist that I've linked right now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye everyone.